So we are officially coming up on the, I would say last few things, but some of the less bigger things on this truck. Currently got these pulled apart, got some lenses in just the other day. I already have these old ones pulled apart, got the new ones inside right now, ripping those apart, putting the new lenses on, and we got the Coro Seal, everything cleaned up on the frame. We added a layer of paint on it, so let me show you what it looks like. It came out actually a lot better than what I thought. So on this side, I was dumb, had this all sanded down, ready to go, and I decided I wanted to do it with a paintbrush. The problem with a paintbrush is it leaves strokes, obviously. You know, I knew that. But I had someone tell me, it's like, you know, use a paintbrush and it'll level out. So I tried that. Ended up looking like a wood grain finish once I put the paint on there. So I had to go through, resand all this. And this side's smoothing out, which this I have sanded down. So I'm gonna hit this one last time just to clean that up. But other than that, this thing came out great, guys. The only thing, like I said, I recommend is if you are looking to do the side of the frame and want it to look good, I would definitely use a little paint gun. These run about 15-20 bucks. You can use a little mobile air compressor. That's what we use. My dad's got a little one. So I just brought over a little compressor, hooked it up, and I would definitely get one of these little regulators. They help a lot. I'm not going to go too far into that. If you guys got any more questions, comment down below, you know, for this, and I'll try and help you guys out as much as I can. But this is going to be kind of a lengthy video, so I'm not going to get too much into that because I already explained most of that in the previous video. So make sure to go check that out. But this frame is ready to go. The final coat is going to be on there. Get the new bed put on here, which I need to take that bumper off because it's going to be a lot easier if that's not on there. I know that this process has been very long and people are probably wondering, why is it taking them so long, you know? Well, I have only been able to work on it maybe one day out of the week. And, you know, I'm exhausted when I get off from work. Last week we had 75 hours. And the week before that, you know, we had close to 70 again. So it's really hard to, you know, stay motivated and get to work on this, especially when I get off work. If I got an hour of sunlight left, I'll go straight to this, you know, and it's just really exhausting, especially on the weekends. You just want to sleep in so bad because we get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3:30, 3 o'clock to get to work. And so you just really want to sleep, and it takes everything inside of you to not just keep laying there. So, you know, I get up at 7:30, I'm laying there, I'm like, do I really want to do this? And then I remember, yeah, you better get your butt up because you only got 2 weekends before Lifted Truck Nationals. And if you don't do it now, you're never gonna get it done. So I get up and do this. I got up early, got a super good deal on a drone, went and picked that up. It's about 12 o'clock right now, so it'll give us plenty of time to put this bed on, rewire some of the rock lights back into this new bed, and hopefully reseal these, put them on, and everything finished. So let's get to the installation. If you guys are new here, thank you guys for checking it out. Make sure to like, subscribe. We're gonna be posting a lot of content, stuff like this, you know, interchangeable parts from different years. Really thinking about maybe in the future doing a 6.7 front clip swap or something on this. Don't really know yet, but make sure to stay tuned, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching the video, and please enjoy. So I know a lot of you are probably like, where's the flatbed? There is not going to be a flatbed on this truck. I really thought about it, and that's really what I was shooting for, a paint match flatbed. But honestly, it just wasn't practical in the time frame that I had. I was able to get the super clean bed for a pretty decent price, and if I wanted a flatbed, it was going to be $4 grand. This bed right here was about half that. So, you know, between getting a $4,000 flatbed, putting in a shop to get painted, which minimum I would be saying probably $1 grand to get painted, you're $5 grand into a bed. You know, I'm on a small time frame. I don't know if that would have been possible. So I went ahead, stuck with this bed here, and we were actually went through on these bed rails and coated them with that rubberized paint that I showed you guys in that little can. So I went through painting these because these are prone to rust on these Super Duty trucks. My girlfriend actually did all of this for me. I was at work, so that's a big plus. They rusted out the fenders too, so the fenders are amazing. The bed rails are amazing. Zero dents, scratches, and everything already the same color as my truck, so that's a big plus. So hopefully that'll help any rust from getting in there, or at least, you know, keep it at bay for longer than what it would have been if it were just naked without the rubberized coating. So let's get to putting this bed on, get this freaking thing done, because we've been trying to get this done for a few weeks now, and today's one of the only days I'm gonna have off for a fat minute. So let's get this knocked out. Okay, so on our way to move the truck over to a more open area so we can get the tractor hooked up to the bed and set it on there.
He drives over there and I get to walk.
Nope, we got it. I think. Yeah, okay, that one's grabbed. It doesn't slam up. It is the same color red. It looks, everything's lined up though. The only thing is I just got to get rid of this pinstripe right here.
I think that's what makes it look different. Because that's what you had on before, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a white pinstripe or something like that on there.
Nice.
With the heat gun and fuel butt.
I think it's the bed.
With the box?
Without the bed.
Oh, yeah, flat bed was sweet.
What did you do to the lights? Did you paint them?
No, I pulled them apart to reseal the lenses. But I was worried that this was going to be two different reds. So, as you can see, we got the bed on 2016 style. I think the only issues that I really ran into was on these taillights whenever I went to install them. For those of you that have Super Duties, you know that this is a little bar that runs across the taillights. And the way those taillights are set up, they're aftermarket taillights, and this is in the way. So knob that off, put both the taillights on, and right now in the process of putting these last few bolts into the bed, which I just got them hand tight, and then I go through with the impact, tighten the rest of them up. Cobalt XTR. Thing's a freaking monster. Let's see your DeWalt do that. Your Milwaukee, your Snap-on. And this one actually used to have a fifth wheel on it, so that's cool. That'll come in handy when eventually, if I do turn this to a tow pig, I can put that fifth wheel on it. I already got a few of those tightened up, ready to go. Another little issue I ran into is the gas tank doesn't really bolt up the same way the 06 style does. The three original bolts that sit on the gas cap don't line up with the 2016 bolts. All I had to do was re-drill some new holes, and the screws just went in fine. But other than that, the body lines matched up and everything. It all matched up. Like, the only thing that kind of throws people off on these is that the bed flare is a lot wider than the front. And a lot of people will actually just throw a fender flare like that so it looks even. But the purpose of this is to get rid of the fender flares. So those are going to go. So we're going to kind of see what it looks like afterwards on that. And the cool thing on this, it is a half 2016. It's 11 to 16 style bed, bumper, and tailgate on the 2006. So that would be cool if in the future, you know, we got into like a 6.7 style front end swap. That would be pretty cool because it would literally have everything to look like a 6.7, but have a 6.0 in it. And I like 6.7, so might end up doing that, but I also don't want to build another set of headlights. So that's pretty much it on this. Everything went really smooth, and I was super nervous about putting this on because it wasn't very easy to take it off, but that's also because there was a bunch of rusty bolts and stuff that were seized in there, so you had to cut them off. And then while pulling the bed, some of the bolts were still just barely hanging on, so you'd pop it and then the bucket would come off this and it'd fall down, and that's how I broke that little cab vent on the truck. Had to go to junkyard, find another one. So I was worried about breaking those cab vents because they were very, very hard to find. If you find one, you're probably looking at like 2 weeks minimum straight from China to get one. But in my circumstance, I didn't really have 2 weeks to wait. So I had to go to multiple junkyards, 5, to find that one. And so that was also why I was kind of nervous about this. But everything went smooth. The taillights are hooked up. They're wired up. Everything mounted just fine. Kind of just going through running these zip ties. Going to go through on the fender flares, finish up the rest of those rock lights, set them in. I got the headlights over there, almost finished resealed. We're going to throw those on, and for the most part, it'll be ready to go. So it'll just be missing the inner and the inner front fenders, the ones that run inside. I'm going to paint match those for a cleaner look. And on the front, on the tailgate, yeah, that's sitting in a shop because of a big old dent, obviously. So I think the pace that we're going, we're definitely going to be able to make it to Lift the Truck Nationals. If you guys are going to be there, make sure to comment below. Let me know if you guys are going to be there. And if you are there, make sure to stop by and say, hey, I love meeting, you know, a lot of you off social media and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to say hi. But
let's put the bolts in.
Let's put the bolts in.